Chapter 4. The Remorse of a Monk. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful Buddhist monastery in Tibet. It was stationed atop a mountain and a beautiful stream washed its entrance. The monastery was known to be the most renowned in the whole area because it housed a very rare and huge collection of books. The books in the library belonged to the ancient times. They were not only a storehouse of wisdom but also a gold mine, as they were a rare collection. The head of the monastery was never worried about theft as he believed in the goodness of every man. Many aspiring monks came to the monastery for training. They took shifts and cleaned different areas of the monastery. The head monk would take good care of them and encourage them to live in brotherhood. Once, a visiting monk happened to stay for a short while at the monastery. He was amazed at the collection of books. He was so intrigued by one of the books that he fell prey to the temptation of stealing it. The night before he was about to leave, he was able to sneak the book into his luggage without anyone noticing it. And the next day, he was off to his course. In the city close by, he stopped at the rare items shop and showed the book in his possession. The owner of the shop was astounded at the sight of the rare book. He asked the monk to leave the book with him for a day, for it was difficult for him to quote a price at that moment. The monk happily left the book, promising to come back the next day at the same time. The owner traveled back to the monastery early next morning. He showed the book to the head monk, who smiled. "A monk wanted to sell the book to me," he told the head monk. "But I knew that it belonged to the monastery and considered it appropriate to return it to you." The monk replied, "We discovered the theft the same day." I did not wish to confront the monk because in case he lied, it would have added the sin of lying to that of theft. "You can take it for about 100 gold coins, that is how much it is worth." The owner was surprised at the calm disposition of the monk. Confused, he returned to his shop where the monk was already waiting for him. "I will take this book for 100 gold coins," he told the monk. The monk could not contain his excitement but was rather surprised that the owner understood the value of the book, so he asked, "Where did you get it evaluated?" "From the head monk of the monastery," replied the owner in a casual tone. The monk was aghast. "What else did you tell him?" "Nothing," the owner replied. The monk felt ashamed. He was sure that the theft would have been noticed, and the head monk would have also noticed the book. He decided against selling it and took it back to the head monk. Back at the monastery, as he met the head monk, he immediately took the book out to hand it over to him. To his surprise, the head monk refused to take it. "I believe you like it a lot," said the head monk. "You can keep it with you." The monk hung his head in shame and narrated the whole incident, how he wanted to sell the book for money. He requested the head monk to allow him to stay at the monastery and spend his life learning lessons and the right path in life. The head monk welcomed him with open arms.